It was a desperate promise made 3.5 decades ago, a promise whispered by a teenage father to his newborn daughter. Tonight's Inside Story, Devon's adoption. Jim McCaskill is 51 years old. For 3.5 decades, he has been a man haunted.
It does hurt. It never goes away. The pain is there. It's still here now, today.
It's the late 1970s. Jim is just 15 years old when he finds out his girlfriend is pregnant.
When I found out I was going to be a dad, I wanted to keep my daughter. The decision was already made that she was being put up for adoption.
On November 17, 1978, a girl they named Devon was born.
I knew I could not do this if I didn't see her. I had to see her.
Bending hospital rules, Jim is given 10 minutes to say his first hello and his final goodbye.
A nurse took me to a little room and put me in a gown and brought Devon to me. This little small pudgy nose, and it just kept staring up at you like she knew who I was. Looked at her and kissed her and told her I loved her.
Jim secretly removes these tiny name beads from around her little neck.
It was a part of her, and it was something that I would go to the end of the world to give it back. I'll love you till the day I die. That's what I said to her. I won't forget you. And one day we'll meet. I promise.
And over the next 34 years, Jim honors that promise, marking every birthday, each Christmas apart.
It's something I wouldn't want anybody to go through. Knowing that you have created something as beautiful as Devon. To be out there and not knowing how she is or if she's safe.
Jim McCaskill's name was omitted from Devon's birth records, making his search futile.
International locators, U.S. adoption search, emails, letters, the Canadian Adoptions Agency.
Everything came up empty until earlier this year when Jim hit pay dirt and discovered his long-lost daughter's new name, Nicole Teresa Stefanik.
I went on Facebook and I saw it, and when I clicked it up, I started to cry right in the spot because it was a split image of her mother, and I knew it was her.
Okay, there's Jimmy, way down there.
On March 9th of this year,
and there's Nicole.
34 years after the whispered promise of a teenage dad, two dreams came true.
Hurry's coming.
I was very, very nervous. I was extremely concerned that he wouldn't like me or like the person that I grew up to be.
Well, hello.
She walked in and I lost it in the middle of the hallway. I cried my eyes out. I couldn't believe how beautiful she was.
There was an instant connection I knew from the beginning when I first saw him and I saw him working towards me.
Put my arms around her, gave her the flowers. After I stopped crying, I told her I loved her. Always did, always will.
Separated at birth, dad and daughter are now making up for lost time.
This was my best friend growing up as a kid. Broke her arm by accident.
Sharing each other's lives through snapshots.
Strawberry shortcake for Halloween.
These are just some of the things that I was picking up every time your birthday came around, and you have Barbie without Ken. There was a Ken doll too.
I can't believe after all this time you collected all of these things.
I'm a dad, and you're my girl.
Forever.
I love you.
Love you. It's undescribable to know that the last 35 years I've been thought of and loved.
And that stolen necklace has been returned.
It makes me so emotional every single time I look at it that I promised that I'd give it back, and I gave it back, and it's hers now.
I don't take them out of my hands. So this is a part of me.
She's here. She's home.
Just as you promised 35 years ago.
I told her one day we'll be together, and we're here.
I like that story.
Well,
that's a good one.
Amazing. Yeah. And, just to think about what this man has gone through to try to find his daughter. At the age of 15, he knew he wanted to keep her.
Yeah.
And the fact that, Nicole says that her adoptive parents were lovely. She had an amazing childhood growing up. She always felt as though, I think as many adoptive kids do, that a piece of her was missing. And to have this piece in the form of Jim, this amazing dad, is just an amazing...
But she reacted so well. I mean, she could have said, well, okay, you're your dad, but she got quite emotional about it. She was very touchy-feely kind of thing.
They feel an instant connection. This is new. They just met each other for the first time in March, and they just had their first birthday together. They're having their first Christmas together this Christmas.
Good stuff.
You can reach out to me on Twitter with any story ideas that you have at City Avery.
The Inside Story, as you know, runs every Tuesday and Thursday on City News. All segments are up on our website, citynews.ca.